Okay, thank you. Good morning. My name is,
Good morning. My name is Destiny Burns, AVP of Community Relations and Director of the New York Empowerment Zone Corp. Before we commence, I'll conduct a roll call to confirm that we have a quorum and then to ensure that all presenters are on the line. First, Janae Kaikai, Chair Designee representing Deputy Mayor Bean. Please confirm you're here.
Present, here.
Holly Light, EVP of Real Estate Development at ESD and Vice Chair.
I'm here.
Blair Duncan, President and CEO of Upper Manhattan Empowerment Zone.
I'm here.
Marlene Cintron, President of Bronx Overall Economic Development Corp.
Present.
Luis Miranda, representing Congressman Esbiat.
I am here.
And Anthony Jordan, representing Congressman Serrano.
Present.
Quorum is confirmed, and I just want to verify our speakers are on the line. Yeshania Hill from Upper Manhattan Empowerment Zone, presenting one of the first items on the agenda.
Present.
Blair Smith, Upper Manhattan Empowerment Zone.
Present.
Gafar Muhammad, Upper Manhattan Empowerment Zone.
Present.
And Duncan Still, Bronx Overall Economic Development Corp.
Present.
Thank you, everyone. Now I'll turn the meeting over to the Chair Designee, Janae Kaikai. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Destiny. Good afternoon. My name is Janae Kaikai, Policy Advisor and Designee for NYEZC Chairwoman, Deputy Mayor Vicky Bean. I now call to order the meeting of the Directors of the New York Empowerment Zone Corporation for today, Monday, August 31st, 2020. I will ask that everyone please mute their phone until you're ready to speak. Also, for the record, I will ask that anyone wishing to speak, please be sure to state your name before you begin speaking. I'd like to note for the record that due to public health concerns as authorized by an executive order of the governor, this meeting will be conducted by teleconference. I will also note for the record that the public has been given the opportunity to comment on the agenda items by submitting their written comments at or before 5 p.m. on Friday to nyezc@esd.ny.gov. I'd like to further note for the record that no comments were received from the public concerning today's agenda items. The directors have received the relevant written materials in advance of today's meeting and are free to ask questions at any time. Before we begin with the substantive portion of the meeting, I would like to ask the directors whether anyone has had any potential conflict of interest with respect to any of the agenda items. If so, I would ask you to please make an appropriate disclosure on the record at this time. We will be sure that you may recuse yourself from any discussion or vote regarding any such item. Okay, hearing none, I'd like to call upon, I think the first person is going to be Yeshania. Thank you, Yeshania. Thank you, Yeshania Hill, to present on the first item of the agenda, grant to South Harlem for a pilot creative economy initiative. Yeshania, please begin when you're ready.
Sure, thank you. Good morning to the directors and all present. I'm Yeshania Hill, the Vice President of Workforce Opportunity Investments at UMEZ, and I will now be presenting UMEZ's proposal for a creative economy initiative. So as we all know, the current state of the local and regional economy will require vital investments in workforce development programs in support of economic recovery efforts. And as a result of this, organizations that are engaged in any form of workforce development will need to implement solutions that move beyond traditional job placement strategies and that are focused on a changing labor market, which now will require innovative programs that will move Upper Manhattan residents towards employment and career pathways. One area of focus that allows this level of support and innovation is the creative economy. And to elevate the status of the creative economy as a meaningful part of an economic and workforce development recovery strategy, that is focused on non-traditional methods of developing talent pipelines, addressing skill shortages, and training a new generation of creative professionals. UMES proposes to fund a pilot creative economy initiative. The initiative will be a one-year, demand-driven pre-apprenticeship program designed to increase the preparedness of Upper Manhattan residents for garment industry apprenticeship opportunities and career pathways. Under the initiative, UMES will provide So Harlem, a community-based social enterprise, a grant in the amount of $90,433, which accounts for 67% of the project budget to implement the initiative. The total project cost is $134,288. Through collaborative funding, the UMES grant will directly leverage an additional $36,625, consisting of $16,625 from the organization, the Workforce Development Institute, and $20,000 from Harlem Community Development Corporation. In addition, So Harlem will provide in-kind contributions in the amount of $7,230. UMES has also collaborated with the organization Hot Bread Kitchen, a nonprofit social enterprise, to provide technical assistance to So Harlem. So we are requesting the board's support on this initiative, and thank you for your time, and I'm happy to address any questions that you may have.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from the directors with regard to this item? I'd like to remind you to please state your names before speaking.
Hi, this is Blair Duncan, the President and CEO of UMES. I would just like to comment that, this is a real strong collaboration among many partners to make this initiative possible. We have tried to focus on how we can aid the creative economy and bringing together partners like HCDC, like the Workforce Development Institute, and also leveraging the expertise of Hot Bread Kitchen is something that really makes this project possible, something we're very excited about. And I would just like to, recognize the strong collaboration and support for this particular initiative.
Thank you. Are there any other comments or questions? Okay, as noted earlier, we do not have any comments from the public with regard to this item. I will now entertain a motion for approval.
So moved. Blair Duncan.
Second?
Second, then, please.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 And, right, any opposed? Wonderful, the motion carries. I will now call upon Blair Smith to present the next agenda item for consideration, a loan and grant for the BRISC, BRISC microloan program. Blair, please begin when you're ready.
Good morning to directors, staff, and all present. My name is Blair Smith, and I am the Chief Investment Officer for the Upper Manhattan Empowerment Zone Development Corporation. And I'm here this morning to present the microloan program. UMES proposes to establish a $2 million partially forgivable microloan program to qualified small businesses in Upper Manhattan. While the focus of our program will be to serve Upper Manhattan small businesses, nonprofit entities in Upper Manhattan will also be considered. Applicants cannot be active direct borrowers or grantees of UMES or the BRISC program. UMES will make best efforts to allocate funding across each of the community boards 9, 10, 11, and 12. The microloan program is a unique product as it incorporates a loan and conditional grant to support Upper Manhattan small businesses as they proceed to reopen following the COVID-19 pandemic. This hybrid program is expected to incentivize small businesses to stay open during the pandemic and remain open as the economy begins to recover. There are a number of recent funding programs in the marketplace. However, no program incorporates all the aspects as our microloan program. Businesses and nonprofits with 2019 gross revenues of $750,000 or less are eligible to apply to this program. PPP and EIDL recipients are eligible to apply as well. The maximum loan amount will be $50,000 at an interest rate of 3%. The term of the loans will be 60 months. The first 12 months will be interest only, and months 13 through 48 require principal and interest repayment. After 48 months, if the borrower's business is still open and payments were made on time during the 48-month period, 25% of the original loan balance will be forgiven for the borrower. Loan funds will be offered on a first-come as funds permit basis to any qualified small businesses or nonprofits seeking to participate in our program. The program will be active until the earlier of the date funds are exhausted or September 30th, 2021. This concludes my presentation. I will now ask if there are any questions at this time.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from the directors with regard to this item?
This is Blair Duncan, President and CEO of UMES. We have done some outreach and canvassing, and traditionally UMES and BRIS have only lent to amounts above $50,000 to applicants, but in working to provide technical assistance with the Paycheck Protection Program, we did a lot of outreach and recognized that there are a number of small businesses that actually need micro loans, those under $50,000. And we're going to work with community economic development corporations in Upper Manhattan to market this program and do outreach. And again, as Blair Smith mentioned, that we're going to make best efforts to allocate these funds across community boards in proportion to their population.
Thank you. Are there any other comments from the directors? As noted, we do not have any comments from the public with regard to this item. I will now entertain a motion for approval, and I'd like to remind you to state your names before speaking.
This is Holly, so moved.
Second?
Luis, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so thank you. The motion carries. The next item will be presented by Jafar Mohammed, UMES Administrative Budget. Jafar, please begin when you're ready.
Thank you. Good morning, directors, staff, and all present. I am Jafar Mohammed, the CFO of UMES. The proposed UMES and BRIS consolidated budget for FY 2021 is completely funded from loan repayments in the amount of $3,957,605. This budget is for the period July 1st, 2020 through June 30, 2021. First, comparing the FY 2020 budget with FY 2020 projected amounts, you will notice the total expenses, that is on line 37, is projected to be lower than the budget by about 9%, or $345,000. That is comparing $3,895,757 and $3,550,741. Please note significant variations in the following. On line 4, the total personnel services is projected to be lower by 11%, or $299,354. And this is because of staff vacancies during FY 2020. Efforts are being made to fill these positions. On line 17, internet access and data backup for 2020 is projected to be higher than the budget by $36,845 because one of the staff vacancies mentioned above. Line 26, legal is projected to be lower than the budget by $53,000 or 48%. Our borrowers were current with their payments, so there was less need for legal collection efforts, and that resulted in the reduction of costs. Moving over to the FY 2021 budget, please note that the overall budget is higher by 1.6% or $61,848 than the previous year's budget. And that is comparing $3,957,605 and $3,895,757. This increase is mainly because on line 4, you'll notice our total personnel service cost is budgeted at $2,856,356, and that's an increase of $16,848 because of expected increase in health and other fringe benefit costs. Line 26, our legal is budgeted at $195,000, and that's an increase of $85,000 over the previous year, and it's because of expected loan negotiations and legal fees associated with new programs, including the microloan, and also because of COVID-responsive programs for grantees and borrowers. On line 28, our temporary staff and other consulting services for FY 2021 is budgeted to be lower by $45,000 because one of the vacant positions we had from the previous year was filled. The other expenses are in line with the prior year's budget. I will pause there. If there are no other questions, we ask that you please approve our FY 2021 budget in the amount of $3,957,605. I will pause and ask if there is any question.
Okay, as noted, sorry. Okay, as noted earlier, we do not have any comments from the public with regard to this item. I will now entertain a motion for approval. I'd like to remind you to please state your names before speaking.
This is Luis moving.
Second?
Blair Duncan, seconds.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Before we move on, can we entertain a motion for the minutes for the November 12th, 2019 and May 15, 2020 board meetings?
I so move.
Holly second.
Louise.
Okay, so the motion carries. Now the next item will be presented by Duncan Still, the administrative budget for the Bronx Overall Economic Development Corporation. Duncan, please begin when you're ready.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Duncan Still. I'm the Chief Financial Officer for the Bronx Overall Economic Development Corporation. I'm here to present the annual operating administrative budget for the financial year ending June 30th, 2021. The budget calls for a total spend of $723,446. This is 2.15% higher than the budget for the previous year. Personnel costs are $562,431 as compared with $551,301 for the previous year's budget. Salaries remain unchanged with no provision for a cost of living increase. The small variance is a result of staff allocation between easy and non-easy related activity due to an increase in loan work in the empowerment zone. The audit fee remains flat at $37,775. Professional and consultants is reduced from $11,500 to $9,000. Legal fees are down from $40,000 to $35,000. Other operating costs have increased from $67,650 to $79,240. This is a result of $4,000 being provisioned to purchase equipment to facilitate remote working, savings of $820 on equipment leases due to improved rates, $900 increase in telephone cost, juice subs and other increasing due to New York City property tax increase of $1,070, equipment repairs and maintenance increasing by $3,240 to allow for migration to the cloud of the accounting system, insurance increasing by $6,000 due to premium increases and the easy share being adjusted. Are there any questions? Can you hear me?
Yes, no questions here.
Okay.
I hear you.
So
Jenny, are you still with us?
Yes, I am. Sorry, I thought I had to wait until you concluded the presentation.
Okay, so we respectfully ask the budget to be approved.
Do
you want a motion? Hello?
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I was a bit confused.
Well, this is Marlene. I said I need to chime in here. Needless to say, this is an extremely conservative budget. We're doing a lot with very little. Have spent the last 7 months working within the empowerment zone and actually using other state funds in order to move our loan process forward. So certainly we have used other staff in order to get that done, as well as other funds, and we'll be coming back to the empowerment zone with other issues, but certainly our budget is very much in line with our efforts.
Okay, thank you. So just we'll ask one more time if there are any other additional questions or comments from the directors. Okay, as noted earlier, we do not have any comments from the public with regard to this item. I will now entertain a motion for approval. I'd like to remind you to please state your names before speaking.
Anthony Jordan making a motion.
Second?
I'll second. It's Marlene.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you. The motion carries. The final item on today's agenda will be presented by Destiny Burns, the administrative budget for New York Empowerment Zone Corporation. Destiny, please begin when you're ready.
Thank you. The directors are being requested to approve an operating budget for the New York Empowerment Zone Corporation in the amount of $669,323 for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2021. The amount represents an increase of $24,520, which is attributable to collective increases in the amount that will offset salaries and fringe for four and a half city and state positions that support the NYEZ and non-personnel costs incurred by the corporation. This budget, in addition to the other two administrative budgets that were proposed today, will be retroactive back to July 1st of 2020. Are there any questions? So I've concluded the presentation.
Okay. Are there any other comments or questions from the directors with regard to this item? As noted earlier, we do not have any comments from the public with regard to the item. I will now entertain a motion for approval.
This is Holly, so moved.
Second, Anthony
Second?
Jordan.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? All right. There being no further business, may I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Luis Miranda, so move.
Holly, second.
Okay. Thank you to everyone for your participation in today's meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.